Welcome. My name is Sergio Puig, and I'm the Joint Chair in International Economic Law. I teach at the Law Department and at the Robert Schuman Centre. I also coordinate the Environmental Changes and Climate Change Governance Cluster. The cluster aims at doing interdisciplinary research in international issues related to climate change and environmental challenges. Today, we're featuring the work of two local artists of Florence, Edoardo Delille and Giulia Piermartiri. They both have been working in this project, Atlas of the New World. Atlas of the New World portrays the world as it will be if we don't reverse climate change. It's a provocative storytelling technique for getting people engaged in the conversation of the effects of climate change. What the artists seek to achieve is telling a story of what could be the future if we don't change. We felt that this is an important element of our work at the UI, telling good stories, telling stories in a good way. And Edoardo Delille and Giulia Piermartiri have been done that excellently. Edo, welcome to the UI and thanks for being here.
Thanks a lot for this invitation.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Atlas of the New World project and how you came about with it?
Yes. It began in 2019. It was a special year in the world, and in this year everybody was doing rallies and manifestation for climate. It was the first year that I heard that my friends' kids were doing demonstration with the Greta Thunberg new speech about climate changes. And me and Giulia, she's my partner, she's my colleague, we were really interested to try to do something with our photography to represent climate change. But our idea was that at that moment, following the news and reading magazines around the world, everybody was talking about what is happening now. But we thought that the most effective climate problem will be visible only at the end of the century, in many years. Of course, every summer is more hot than the previous one. We have more drought, we have more flooding close to the rivers. But we thought that the strongest effect of climate change will be visible only in 10, 20, probably 50 years.
So, and that's why part of the project is representing how the climate is going to affect particular local environments.
Exactly.
Can you say how do you project
exactly.
the change in your photography?
So usually photography is something that can represent the present. Photography is a picture, an image of the present. So we discussed with Giulia how we can represent the future. We need to find a trick, we need to find a solution to project the future into the daily life of people around the world affected by climate change. So we kind of invent, and then later we will show it, these strange items. We invent like a projector, and we bought some image from Bank Image of the effect of climate change in a vulnerable place around the world. And then we projected this image on the daily life of these places.
Yeah. And how have you seen the impact of your work changing the attitudes towards climate change?
I think the most powerful things of our work is they have two different layers. The first layer is an aesthetical picture, is a nice aesthetical, well-composed, colorful image. So people are really attracted, especially at school. We did many presentations in schools in Italy and in Swiss too. And then the second layer is you explain what this picture means. It means that we have not to go in this direction. We don't want that the world, the morphological aspects of this place have not to go in this direction. So that these two different layers of the image for us is important.
Well, and finally, just tell us a little bit of your relationship with Florence and how you try to bring your work to the community here in Florence that is also being affected by climate change.
I'm originally from Florence. I was born like probably 1 mile from here, in Campo di Marte area. And for many years, I've traveled around the world. I've been living in the Middle East. I've been living in USA, everywhere. And now I'm back in Florence. And even if our work at the beginning is spread by international magazines around the world, I'm really happy that I can bring in my city discussions or presentation of my work. In few months, from January, I will start working weekly in a school of Florence, and for sure I will bring our environmental project to scholarships. I'm really happy about it.
Well, thank you, Edo, for coming and being here, and for your wonderful project that we will be featuring today, Atlas of the New World.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
Thanks.